This is Mika from Go Big Coaching. Recently we talked about why to journal. I have a video on that. Today I would like to tell you a little more about how to journal. Because everything goes, there's no right or wrong with journaling, but if you don't have experience, that doesn't necessarily help. So I wanted to share a few ideas how to get started on journaling. To give you a little background on myself, I've journaled most of the time since middle school, so I have a couple of decades of journaling behind me, and I switch type of journal quite regularly depending on what my intention is. So I started out with a relatively typical diary as a teenager, and diaries tend to be written in the evenings. That's what I did too. So I mostly recorded what happened in my life. A couple of thoughts on top of it, that was it. And nowadays I do morning pages. That is an inspiration I got from Julia Cameron, The Artist's Way. I'll put that in the show notes. And I write 2 pages in the morning to clear my head with the first cup of coffee. So what is the best type of journal? It really depends on your intention. If you want to record your life, then a typical diary is a relatively good idea. It's a good idea, just journaling in the evening. If you want to clear your head, if you want to do a little introspection, then the morning pages might be a better idea for you. So what I do today is in the evening, I just write down a few lines. Whoop, that was an empty page. I just started this year. Just a few lines about my day in the evening, but then in the mornings, that's my actual journal right now. See, that's a couple of months of journaling here. And that's what I do in the morning, because my intention right now is more to be introspective. But that's up to you, and there are a lot of different types of journals, which depend on your focus. I've showed you 2 now. There are also gratitude journals, goal journals, if you want to write your goals pretty often, or what you're thankful for in your life. That's a fabulous idea. I do that in an app. I don't do that in a journal. Then there's dream journals, which I find absolutely fascinating. People have a little journal next to their bed, and in the morning, first thing when they wake up, they write down their dreams. I don't remember my dreams often enough to justify an own journal for it. But if you have a lot of dreams and you think that there's some message in there that you can't decipher, a dream journal might be the thing for you. Then there are fitness or nutrition journals. They are extremely helpful if you set yourself goals like losing weight. Then journaling what you eat and what you're planning to eat tomorrow, and really eating only that, is extremely helpful. Or writing down your workouts. If you are working on a specific goal for your fitness or a competition you want to participate in, that is super helpful to write down. All of this helps with achievement, with goal achievement. So that is definitely something you might want to consider. So then the next question, should you have different journals for all those types of things if you want to do that? Depends. That really depends. I personally like to keep things separate. I have a few little notebooks for different things, but I probably will go on to putting them all in one journal. The next time when this journal is full, the next one I start will probably have everything in there, because I wanted to try that. So it's really a matter of taste. And maybe one last thing, a remark about pretty notebooks. I mean, this one here looked very nice when I got it. Now I write my morning pages at the kitchen counter, so it has all kinds of stuff all over it. But pretty notebooks can be motivating for some people, but they can do exactly the opposite for others, because I always feel like a pretty notebook sets the bar a little higher for me. I feel like my handwriting should be nice. I should write something important, all these things. And then I don't do it. So when I started going back to writing every day, that was my choice. that was my journal of choice. I filled a couple of those before I went to the pretty notebook. Because now I know I'm sticking with it. Now I can splurge on pretty notebooks. But the bar is pretty low with a regular notebook, like a 99-cent notebook. You don't feel like your handwriting has to be pretty. You don't feel like you have to write something that is super, super deep. You just start. You just do it. So that's why I recommend getting started there and getting the pretty notebooks later. And yeah, don't worry what you write. This is for you. This is not a competition. This is only for you, and you always have to gain. Give it a couple of weeks and see what comes out of it. I hope this was helpful. Share your experiences and your suggestions with me. I'd like to hear those. And please leave me a like, follow me. I'd love to stay in touch. And yeah, this was Mika, and I'm here to help you go big.